Listen. Just listen. And close your eyes to transport yourself to that place where the air echoed with the clashing of swords, where the soil was a mixture of passion and emotion. Kurukshetra, the field that had embraced history's greatest conflict in its lap. The turning point we stand at today is no ordinary moment. It is the silence before the storm. And within this very silence, seated on Arjuna's chariot, Lord Krishna and the great warriors of the Pandava army are ready to raise their conch shells. But before that, we must understand why this moment is so significant. Because this is not just the start of a war, but a spark that is destined to become a flame of divine knowledge. Look at the paradox. On one hand, the entire army is ready for war, with bows in their hands, swords at their sides, and the fire of victory in their hearts. And on the other hand, there is Arjuna, the valiant Arjuna, whose tales of bravery echoed across the entire Indian subcontinent. Today, his eyes are filled with questions. There is a storm in his mind, and amidst this turmoil, Lord Krishna gives a signal. That signal is the sound of the conch shell. That moment when the war is declared. And this is where our chapter for today begins. Shloka 1.15. Now listen very carefully, because this is the moment when God himself is about to speak. Krishna lifts his conch, that Panchajanya conch, whose sound is not just a noise but a message. Can you imagine? Thousands of warriors stand on the entire field, but all eyes are fixed on just one chariot. And then, that moment arrives. Panchajanyam hrishikesho Devadattam Dhananjayah Paundram Dadmau Mahashankham Bhima Karmavrikodarah. Lord Krishna, the master of all senses, blew his conch shell called Panchajanya, and Arjuna blew his conch shell named Devadatta. Bhima, the voracious eater and performer of Herculean tasks, blew his terrific conch shell called Paundra. How does that make you feel? Think, just the sound of a conch, but that one sound transformed the atmosphere of the entire field. This was no ordinary announcement, friends. It was a symbol, a signal that there was no turning back now. The war had begun. And look, Lord Krishna himself blew the conch first. He who is the creator of this universe, he who resides in everyone's heart, today, as a charioteer, as a friend, is initiating the war. Can you imagine? What must the sound of that Panchajanya conch have been like? That sound which was about to open the gates of hell, but behind which was hidden the path to heaven. And then Arjuna, that Arjuna who is currently trapped in a web of confusion, he too blows his conch. Devadatta, the name of his conch. This is no coincidence. Devadatta, meaning given by the gods, as if God himself is granting him this power. And Bhima, well, Bhima is the very symbol of energy and strength. His Paundra conch, it was like a challenge to Duryodhana and his army. These three conches, three different notes, but one single message. The time has come. But the question is, why? Why did Lord Krishna decide to blow the conch first? Friends, this is no small matter. Krishna is the charioteer, not a warrior. So why did he take the initiative? Because he knew that Arjuna's mind was wavering. Arjuna's soul was in conflict, and in such a situation, he needed a signal that could tell the entire army, especially Arjuna, that this war was not just for land and property, but for righteousness. And who could give a better signal for this than God himself? So understand, this conch blast was not just a formality. It was a psychological weapon. It was a way to instill fear in the enemy's heart. Think, when God's conch shell blows, would only humans tremble? No, the deities, the demons, the entire creation would be affected by that sound. And this is where the real story begins, because when God himself declares war, then understand that this is no ordinary battle. Now we come to the next shloka. Shloka 1.16. And this shloka is even more tremendous, because now it is the turn of King Yudhishthira and his brothers. Those Pandavas who had staked everything they had on this war. Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha Nakulaha Sahadevascha Sughosha Mani Pushpakau. King Yudhishthira, the son of Kunti, blew his conch shell named Ananta Vijaya. And Nakula and Sahadeva blew their respective conch shells, Sughosha and Mani Pushpaka. Think, when righteousness itself descends onto the battlefield, why wouldn't its victory be endless? This is not just a name, it is a belief that ignites a fire in the heart of the entire army. And then, Nakula and Sahadeva, the sons of the Ashwini Kumaras. Nakula's conch is named Sughosha, meaning sweet sounding, and Sahadeva's conch is Mani Pushpaka, meaning like jewels and flowers. What a beautiful name! These two brothers, who are just as lethal in war, but why are the names of their conches so gentle? Because they are telling us that this war is not just for destruction. It is for the establishment of dharma. It is for that sweet society where justice and truth prevail. So, did you see? This symphony of conches was not just a formality. It was psychological warfare. Every single conch had its own personality, its own message. Krishna's Panchajanya, which symbolized divinity and leadership. Arjuna's Devadatta, which symbolized the blessings of the gods. Bhima's Pondra, which symbolized raw power and challenge. Yudhishthira's Ananta Vijaya, which symbolized the unwavering victory of righteousness. And Nakula and Sahadeva's conches, which signified that after the war, an era of creation and beauty would dawn again. But friends, this is just the beginning. This is just the first note of a great symphony. Because even more warriors have blown their conches, and Arjuna's crisis is about to deepen. The real drama has just begun. Can you imagine? The sound of so many conches must have made the entire sky reverberate. The earth must have trembled. And amidst this noise, Arjuna's eyes are looking at his own family, his own teachers. His heart is breaking. And this is where that question will begin. That question which gave birth to the Bhagavad Gita. O Krishna, why should I fight? How can I enjoy a kingdom by killing my own kinsmen? But this story, this question, we will see in the next episode. Because for now, this much is enough. Just remember that this conch blast was no ordinary event. It was that moment recorded in the pages of history when God himself declared war. And if you found this interesting, then the next shloka is going to be even more incredible. Because now Arjuna will let his bow fall. Now he will refuse to fight. And then Lord Krishna will impart to him that knowledge which continues to illuminate the world to this day. So stay with us. Wait for the next episode. Because this story is not over yet. In fact, the real story is just about to begin.